helium mining is the coolest and most profitable form of cryptocurrency mining in 2022. This entire year, calling it now. Look behind me, all this crazy stuff we bought, but that's not what we're talking about today. Pay attention. Okay, so there's a new helium hotspot miner manufacturer, or I should say newer. They're making helium miners. I got one into review. They have miners that are available, but they got in trouble for gaming the helium mining network. So we're going to review the COTX miner. Look at it. My name is Vosker on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. Super honored to work for Tails, our resident Shiba Inu and Doge here at the channel. And I'm almost as honored to have received the Helium Noble Award for being the Helium content creator, #1 of the year last year, which was super cool. And with that in mind, we've got 2 more Helium Hotspot miners on deck to be reviewed. So make sure to slap that subscribe button as we jump into today's video, mining more helium, making money, building out a network, and just trying to do better. Let's jump into it. Let me just lead with my piece. Look, I love helium. It's a lot of fun. It's really engaging. The blockchain has some issues. They're building out their own unique thing. Helium Inc. does maintain a level of control, a bit of centralization, but it's kind of important with just basically what they're doing, what they're building. Basically, this is one way that they can go about it, and they're doing that. They're backed by Google Ventures and have been for years. And I seriously earn a lot of money mining helium, right? I have several helium miners, each earning me over 10 bucks a day. They basically cost $5 a year to run. You set them up like that. They don't make any noise. They don't produce any heat. I mean, there's the pitch. We've talked a million times about buying the Bobcat Miner 300. I still think it's the best helium hotspot miner to buy. But the helium hotspot miner that we are reviewing in today's video with this very cool little LCD screen is very interesting. And a TLDR LoRa, right? Radio wave mining, that's what you're doing here. And you're incentivized. You build out their network, you get a piece of the pie. In that case, it's going to be helium, HNT. So that's kind of the precursor, the run-up, right? And let's read this post. It's very interesting. New COTX hotspots suspended temporarily. So there's a temporary manufacturer suspension on COTX. The Dewey Manufacturing Oversight Committee, MOC, has voted to temporarily suspend COTX. Basically what happened here, blatant gaming of their network, which means that they're deploying hotspots, they're not really providing coverage, they're in ideal setups, and they're just cashing in. And they ran through the numbers, looked at the wallets, because this is all blockchain, it's a ledger. There's a data trail with generally everything, especially if you dig hard enough or dig deep enough. Identified a population of COTX associated hotspots with troubling signs of gaming. Earn rewards while not providing real coverage. And they acknowledge that any manufacturer's hotspots could be used maliciously, right? But they're compelled to take action when the hotspots are directly under control of the manufacturer and its major partners. Will the suspension be lifted? No date has been set to reinstate them. And basically as it stands, all of the miners that they onboarded are still on the network and active and usable, but they halted any more onboarding from that manufacturer. Pulling up COTX on the Helium Hotspot Blockchain Explorer, right? We can see it's just crazy the HNT burns associated with this stuff. Basically $500,000 of helium burned in association with the COTX network. They have added 4,000 hotspots to the network with 3,700 locations asserted. And they have several thousand hotspot assertions remaining on their account. If we click over to the activity and go to all activity, and we can see that their miners are being asserted every couple hours. Okay, so here begs the question of what's next for them? Well, let's take a step back. Well, let's talk about it, right? They are opening their own retail front store where they will just go from directly from manufacturer to consumer. Okay, so you can head over there, but it's not open yet. They plan to have it open very soon and start distributing their miners themselves. I'm really hopeful that they're going to have been building up a bunch of stock in the suspension period, as demand is still sky high for Helium Hotspot miners. If you want to try to jump the line, you can head over to their website and fill out the form and get in direct contact with them. But you may want to watch this whole video before you decide to do that. If you're ready to order a Helium Hotspot miner right now, no waiting, no line, whatever, I absolutely still recommend the Bobcat Miner 300. Use our link below, please support the channel, and make sure you end up on the right site. There's a lot of scam phishing sites out mimicking this, trying to steal your money. You do have to check out with cryptocurrency. Good news, we got a tutorial video on that. Also, another cool note about the Bobcat is that they were voted the #1 favorite hotspot, as they are the biggest manufacturer for hotspots on the Helium network. Just like we've been super honored to receive the favorite Helium content creator award, first place VoskCoin, and made entirely possible thanks to all of you awesome subscribers and viewers here on the channel. So I just want to say thanks again so much. That's absolutely so cool. But let's jump back to this miner, right? The COTX X3. They also have an X5 model, and they are also building out other mining devices, which is pretty interesting. So the COTX X3 is an indoor hotspot. It's a full hotspot. It's not a light hotspot. It's a Helium Hotspot miner, gateway, whatever. And it's got an LCD. Does that not pique your fancy? Okay, it's a super mini type with strong performance with the Raspberry Pi based hardware, rich connectors, and display screen. So all this stuff is super cool. They support US 915 frequency, EU 868 frequency, and China CN 470 frequency, all with the needed and required certificates respectively. Running through their features, they have an LED display hotspot working status. They claim to have quality assurance, heat dissipation, compatible with the Helium network, because you can have hotspots that are not compatible with the Helium network, and what those are will get you dead in the water. Some people are basically scamming under the guise of noobs, basically thinking that they'll be able to use this for Helium when they will not be able to. They claim to have a high performance with a 1.5 gigahertz Broadcom quad-core CPU. Okay, so let's run through the actual stats here. They have 2 gigabytes of RAM, 4 gigabyte and 8 gigabyte optional here, Raspberry Pi 4B board, the quad-core Cortex A72 CPU. Their design is aluminum alloy and plastic. To be honest, it feels very strong and kind of beefy in your hand there. It's running Ubuntu, 32 gigabyte micro SD card. Obviously this supports Bluetooth. It can connect to your Wi-Fi over 2.4 and 5 gigahertz internet connection. It's easy to access the Bluetooth. You just push an easily clickable button, and yeah, it's really straightforward. So what about the antenna? Here's a key note on this miner. Okay, you get different dBIs, basically frequencies, range, power, level, models of your antenna. That's like the layman's way to explain it, right? A different dBi will perform differently when it comes to a radio wave miner, just speak simply, right? So 2.9 dBi for the 868 European model, 3.6 dBi for the US 915 model. That also applies to Canada, among a few other regions. 2.8 dBi for the CN 470 miner model. And due to POC v11, you need to assert not only your location correctly, which is kind of implied, but also make sure you update your antenna properly for your device, or you could be penalized and receive lower rewards. So when you are setting up your miner, make sure you select the correct one. For example, the COTX Gateway Miner US 915 for me, or the EU 868, again if you're in Europe or South Africa. I've received and deployed the COTX X3, but before I talk more about it, I want to talk about the COTX X5. This is a from the factory outdoor gateway Helium Hotspot miner. They claim next generation low power IoT smart converged, okay, outdoor gateway. The key data with this is that the antennas are different here. It can be powered over Ethernet, PoE, and it maintains an IP67 waterproof, dustproof case. I'll leave this information at that. I have not held one in person, reviewed. I couldn't even personally verify that these exist. I can tell you that I dug this up on their Twitter from several months ago. These are their outdoor miners, and just being a total nerd, I love just seeing shots like this. Like, show me the guts, show me the hardware, show me your hardware. I want to see it. Settle down. I'm talking about your miner. No, I mean the crypto device thing. My God, you're gonna get me banned from YouTube. And speaking of inappropriate things that'll get us kicked off of the tube, how about this latest hotspot added to the Helium miner network? Or just the Helium network, Massive Cream Python. Shout out to you, guy in Germany. Looks like you got something to be proud of as Helium approaches 500,000 hotspots on their network on a clear trajectory to 1 million hotspots. That's wild. Digging around on COTX, I found a LinkedIn for their company profile reporting 6 employees and 85 followers. They have a Discord server with 2,600 members currently. 550 of those are online. We're really fortunate to be operating one of the biggest crypto YouTube channels in the world ever. I'm serious, I'm not bragging, I'm really proud to say that. And fortunately, because of that, COTX reached out directly to us. They offered to send us one of their miners to review. I want to review every Helium hotspot miner possible, so I was thrilled for the opportunity. We got it in, shot some B-roll, checked it out. Initial impressions, it just seems that the design is different. It's it feels more like a radio and just a little more industrial style than, say, some of these more sleeker tech-looking ones that could look more like a high-end router as opposed to some sort of radio device. But that's fine with me. It looks different. The metal case is very immediately recognizable. It's a pretty small device, but it was a little bit bigger than I had anticipated, especially being Raspberry Pi based, a microcomputer, right? At the end of the day, when it comes to Helium hotspot miners, they're all relatively similar. They could be operating on Rockchip infrastructure or Raspberry Pis, grab a slice. But in all seriousness, they're all relatively the same from a hardware point of view, but the manufacturer software support can really set them apart. Some manufacturers are doing an incredible job. Some are doing an abysmal job. Okay, and this will impact your Helium miner profitability. So I have deployed the COTX. I've only tested it in one location. I've gotten mediocre performance out of it. I mean, it's on, it works, right? But I have not, it's not a high earner for me. But this is the first time I've deployed a miner at that location. In my research, I had higher hopes, but when you're deploying indoor miners, there's only so much you can do. I can't just be drilling holes in all my friends' houses and putting giant antennas on the roofs. So, I mean, I can attest to the fact that it works. It's not a huge breadwinner, but it's tough. It's difficult to deploy these in all of the same manners. As things change, Helium adjusts their network, how things are working and computing around you. The hexes fill up, and that, or even more so, your own hex can fill up and impact your mining profitability. It's very difficult to get an apples to apples comparison. I mean, truly, that's actually impossible. You can try to get as close as you can. So I'm just here to bring you honest reviews and bring you my real world data the best I can. I can tell you that this miner is real. I can tell you that it does work. And as always, the best Helium miners are really just the ones you can get.
Hey guys, it's Ms. Vosk, and I'm here to talk to you about today's video sponsor, Parrots Fight Club. Parrots Fight Club is an NFT collection of 5,555 unique parrots that grant you access to their play-to-earn game. The NFT mint is coming up, and users will be limited to 3 parrots in the initial mint. The price of each parrot hasn't been revealed yet, but it will be announced in their Discord shortly. There are some rules to the Parrots Fight Club, and I'm breaking rule number 1 just talking about it. They seem to be very community-oriented, and at the time of shooting this video, they have just over 7,000 members in their Discord. The Parrots Fight Club game will allow players to challenge other parrot owners to win cash prizes. There will be several game modes, which are being developed throughout the next year, and include a 1v1 mode, a teamfight mode, and a battle royale. The top players are rewarded each week with cash prizes worth over $3,000. Parrots Fight Club is projected to award over $150,000 in cash prizes to their players throughout 2022. Looking at their strategy, the team has prioritized their community, marketing efforts, development, a parrot conference, their play-to-earn game, and cash prizes. They also have their roadmap on their website, which shows they plan to do a major giveaway at each 25% sold milestone. There will also be a big PvP competition between players and influencers with a $50,000 prize pool once all the parrots have been sold. Looking at their website, it looks like these parrots will have different features and characteristics, including colors, beak features, and hats or different feather styles. Now, the team behind Parrots Fight Club is anonymous, so make sure you understand the risks associated with supporting an anon team before you invest. They do have some pretty funny names though. We've got Flamingo Star, Edgar Allan Crow, Duck Norris, and Kanye Nest. To learn more about Parrots Fight Club and their upcoming mint, check out the link in the video description below. This is not financial advice.
You can talk about XYZ, but just watch out for manufacturers with false promises of getting you miners quickly, right? Or falling victim to scams, right? If you buy a used helium miner, they have to release it from their wallet to yours. If they don't do that, you bought a paperweight. Buying used helium miners is scary. It is risky. For the most part, on average, people are good actors in this space, right? Especially when you're dealing with actual legitimate hardware. You have to make sure it's real, right? There's a lot of people selling fake miners that you won't ever even get right now. So please watch out for that. Join the VoskCoin Discord server. Connect with our community. If you're thinking about buying from some website, you should check with us first, because the likelihood is simply that it may be a scam. And one quick message on Discord or one quick thread on VoskCoin Talk or forum could save you thousands of dollars and have your first experience into potentially mining and helium mining be a good one as opposed to an absolutely awful one. Also on the VoskCoin Talk forum is the best helium mining source in the world. Yeah, it's not your boy's YouTube channel. It's KTP's helium mining wiki that couldn't be more packed with information. With that, there's my take and overview of the COTX miner. As always, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the thumbs up. And if you like the video at all, please share it. It means a lot. Your support, engagement is more than I could ever ask for. As always, if you do want to, well, I'll ask for one more thing. If you do decide to order a miner, please use our link. That kind of support. If you're going to buy it anyway, if we get a cut, that's awesome. But I'm not here to show you stuff. I don't care what you buy. I just hope you have a good experience and you start chasing passive income crypto with me, because it's a lot of fun and it's really led to just incredible financial opportunities that my old 9-to-5 would have never afforded me. So, hey, I'm done. I'm done talking. I'm done preaching or whatever. My speech is over. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. We're uploading daily. And that's it. I'm done. Goodbye. Please be advised, there are scammers impersonating us on multiple platforms. I don't want your money. I just want you to smash that subscribe button. Everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only. That means it's not financial advice.